Ladies and gentlemen, we've returned for a game between Bears 3 and I believe that is UBU, is that correct? Yes. That is UBU. UBU 3, so two
maybe three
nominally evenly matched teams here, both third teams.
Both geographically very close in this.
Absolutely, and Bears just trying to recover from a little loss there against Al 2. Very hard fought game, very close. 7-6 it ended. And the game is now underway. Very quick start there, minimal fuss, and then straight into the action. UBU looking very energetic at the start of this game, and Bears, they're going to have to contend with the hangover from that last match. Very draining, very tiring, and Ken again trying to control things, but the sideline play just didn't come off there. UBU trying to work it across. Frigate has now just joined us as well. Hello, Frigate. What do Bears need to do here?
At the moment, they're doing reasonably well because they full stuff difficult to go into the end zone. I think more relaxed.
More relaxed?
More relaxed.
More chilly, as it were.
I would say chilly, yes. Basically, also maybe slower turnover. There's no point putting on the disc if you've got nothing upfield first, basically. Make sure you have an option for the disc if you're going to do a quick turn.
Very good. Some good advice from Frigate there. Can Bears put it into action? Now, Chris Kurzweil's standing here with me as well. Chris, what do you think is going to be the difference in this game? Two third teams here. What's going to be the difference?
I've seen already there's been quite a few turnovers, so the defense from both teams is not being particularly strong. But it's the offense that's going to make the biggest difference in this game.
Consistency. So once again, calm on the disc. Now, Evan Troma, I must add, is actually famously calm on disc. So can you offer some words of wisdom in that regard?
When two third teams match up, it's always a decent show of good quality alternate.
Good quality alternate. Absolutely.
Most important thing, hold the disc, go with 3 options, then jump it. Ice, baby.
Absolutely. Now that's good advice from the famously calm Evan Troma. And that's a wonderful bit of D from Hamza. Having a great tournament so far.
It's fine. Now he's got options, but I always like to look before I pick up.
Look before you pick up. Again, some good advice. And that's fumbled around a little bit there, Hamza, but grabbed it in the end.
Managed to hold on to it.
He's having a look. Is he going to chump it? And that's a little knife. And that is nearly a lovely move. Dan Rickers there with the attempt.
I would say one thing that these teams are both lacking is a bit of height on the pitch.
Bit of height. Absolutely.
And number 96 on the UBU team is similar.
Well, we got 77 there, looking also fairly tall. So could be a potential advantage for UBU, but
he's going to bounce, Hamza.
This is a very strong Bears third team.
Hamza up.
UBU moving it forward nicely.
Actually being nice and chilly. Hamza, heads up, Hamza.
Oh, Hamza just unable to grab that. Complaining about a lack of communication there, and perhaps rightly so.
You need to be a bit louder.
More communication necessary on the Bears side. They got to get their heads up after their defeat against Oxford.
You can't help but being on the pitch. You might as well help by being off the pitch.
Strong side this, and they can win this game. Now, Peter Wayne to grab the disc. One new recruit, and Ken really liking kind of controlling things from the back there. He seems to be enjoying that position there.
Go deep!
Pieces just come behind the dump there, and Hamza going for the knife. Very risky. Sorry. Knifey hammer. Knifey hammer. Somewhere between the two.
High still count throw.
Absolutely.
Left hand low.
Listen, looking good on force today.
I may have to leave you here, so I'm going to shout up the people on the pitch.
Absolutely fine. Frigate, thank you for joining us. Right, so I'm rejoined by Trevor now. What do you make of these first few minutes?
It's a bit hectic, a bit frantic. But both teams need to just relax a bit. Try and enjoy themselves. Some very good defense as expected. Keeping calm is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Now you might see people crossing landing out. And this happens.
Fantastic grab from Ken there. Faking the spinal.
Option back!
Okay, that's good. That's gone up. And Dan Vickers has grabbed it
cheeky
for the equaliser. 1-1 now. Vice Captain Andy happy on the sideline there, clapping, applauding Ken. Now, might just move across here slightly because there does seem to be a space here, so may just move across to get a better view. Hamza, excellent work there.
Thank you.
Can I get a soundbite from you? How are you feeling? What's going on in this game so far?
Playing really hard deal, and I had to try a really shaky hammer, which wasn't really going to anyone earlier because I didn't take the one free cut I got. So making some really hard enough into it.
Okay. As in your team talks, have you discussed anything that you need to work on? Any particular plans?
It's mainly just communication. Make sure we don't throw away by people misreading other people's signals.
Brilliant. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Hamza. And we find ourselves here, UBU with the disc, midway up the field. And they're going to look potentially to throw something high by the looks of it, and that has gone high.
All right, let's take
but
this
it just doesn't come off. Hamza trying to communicate with his teammates from the sideline there. Michael Sneerson will take the disc, start us off.
Okay, cuts!
Will pivots. He's going to go with the sideline play. And that's the right idea for Michael Sneerson, but once again, things just not connecting as they really ought to be. Certainly not connecting as they were in the first game. And that's great pressure from Aaron Lim there as well. Followed by a very nice beforehand there, over to Ken. Ken really doing well to communicate with his teammates. Very seems to be relishing the captain's role here, and his team's certainly responding to that. Aaron with a nice lofted disc over to Ken there, and what can Ken make of this?
Guys, drop.
Heights just coming to play there.
Nice work, Ken.
Calmly dispatched there by the UBU player.
Ready.
Hammer gone up, and it's successfully completed by UBU, despite the high stall count there. And
was it a full stall out?
might actually be a stall out. In fact, it was. Excellent defence there from Bears, and they find themselves here in a great position in the end zone. Can they get up into the end zone? Schneerson and Peter Waitman staying out to
look for the swing.
Provide some dumps, and that's very well taken by Michael Schneerson. Very risky, but takes it on the second attempt. Very nicely done by Bears, and I believe that takes them into the lead. Is that so?
I think so. I haven't checked.
Score, Doug? Just having Trevor check the score for me there, as the call goes up from Michael Schneerson.
Still going round.
Trevor still walking around, taking his time. This is up in any case. Back to the action.
And we've got nice little cuts in here. Defense is being a little bit lax at the moment. You want to stay in front of your man, and if at any point they're very slow,
I can confirm that is now 2-2, although there seems to be some discussion going on here. Bit of a controversial point, perhaps. May affect the spirit scores. We'll have to wait and see. Hamza seems to be explaining. Discussion sorted out very quickly, and that was in fact not a goal for UBU. Score remains 2-1 to Bears.
I have no idea what the call was. It could have been a pick, but I'm not sure.
Very hard to tell in this particular instance, but nevertheless, positive result for Bears, and they're going to try and stop UBU from doing the same thing up the line here, although they're moving the disc very nicely. Coming across there. Hamza doing well to mark his man there, and really pushing them back, and that is great work from the defence there. Michael Sneerson is putting on a bit of pressure, and he's going to come back into the deep roll here in the end zone, looking to grab a disc if he can, and who else but Ken taking the disc and having all that. Nice hammer. Michael Sneerson, unfortunate not to grab it. Momentum just taking him to the wall there. He seems to be okay though.
Right. Left hand low, left hand low, left hand low, left hand low, left hand low!
Tobias. Tobias Huxell, can you tell me a little bit about what you're seeing here? What can you tell us?
There's a very, very spirited display here by Bears 3. They're fighting hard. Offense looks a bit chaotic at times, but it seems to be working out.
Absolutely. Certainly unorthodox offense, but
They're very good at defense.
absolutely, and very, very athletic team this as well, doing very well.
Stay in front of that.
Technique is certainly there, I would say, but as you mentioned, perhaps tactically some work needs to be done. And that's fantastic defence. Michael Schneerson working hard on both ends of the pitch, offence and defence. He's having an absolutely cracking tournament.
We're halfway through now.
Tobias Huxell, do you believe that maybe some more spinals need to come into play here?
I think they should keep it simple.
Panels are the answer here.
Are you sure? I think
Pretty sure.
would that not be a route to go down? No,
I think we have to go for the backhand.
go for the backhand here. Definitive answer from Tobias. Okay,
Just keep it
you
simple.
heard it here first. Spinals, not a great option. And Hamza just doing enough to get
Tip
this
that
away
over.
once again.
Basically,
Both
Bears
offenses not really
3 at the
connecting.
moment should try and keep the simples going. They're not against they're not against a team that should be way, way better than them. In fact, it seems very even. So they should
Very
keep it
even.
simple.
And that's a big disc going up to Dan Rickers. Can he grab it? No, not quite.
One thing,
Under
yeah.
pressure from the defender there. Jamie Barr.
But always run straight deep there. He sort of cut in a little bit and went too high. Always run straight deep.
He's going to support Dan Rickers on the fours here.
Hey,
Get a big sideline.
low hand, low hand, low hand. Left hand low, right hand high.
Nice grab.
Left hand low!
96. Running out of options here as Bears trying to defend, and that's a very long point finish there. And that's another goal for UBU. So that, yeah, absolutely hard fought. And I believe that equals the scores. Trevor Wales having a bit of a sit down now, my co-commentator, as Dan Rickers comes into the fray. Just checking the haircut there before we get going, and there we go. Dan Rickers storming up the pitch, looking to get a nice deep cut, and there we go. Coming back, Aaron Lim does connect with Dan Rickers. Dan Rickers goes for a very knifey forehand up to Ken and doesn't quite connect.
He was also out.
He was also out. This is true, but I didn't feel like mentioning it. UBU looking to come back into the game. What can Bears do to stop this offense? Ooh, nearly very incisive move there. Lots of turnovers here. Only 2-all, very low scoring compared to the last game, and one wonders whether this will suit Bears as they look to get a decisive point. Gunrick is just unable to grab that, unfortunately, but once again the movement seems to be very, very good.
And flood back.
As Peter Waitman looks to get a good force on this. He's moving across, ever so slightly, bringing his left hand up. And that's gone up. Nearly a grab, but just gone slightly too long. Very short end zones here at St Albans, and that's something that seems to be affecting the play. Lots of situations where the flood comes into play, and that's a very nice movement from Aaron Lim there to get over to Dan Rickers, and once again, Ken coming back to be where he needs to be. And this is lovely play from Bears now, much more structured, and this is exactly what we need to see. Absolutely, the backhand coming to play, listening to Tobias's advice, still no spinals, surprisingly, and that
It's a goal.
is unfortunately not actually a goal. It looked like a strip to me, but Hamza not calling it. Shake of the hands there, and they continue coming back, and UBU will now regain the disc in what is a very turnover-filled match.
Left hand low. Left hand low.
Both teams seem to be able to cut through the opposition defence in their own half, and once they get near to the end zone, these long discs. No, I was just going to say these long discs don't connect, but that was a wonderful disc from UBU, and that takes them into lead, 3-2
We now
now.
have 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes remaining on the clock. What can Bears do? They've been behind before in this game. Can they come back? Got a strong line here. Bit of discussion going on with the Bears. We got Peter Waitman, Hamza, Ken, Michael Schneerson, and Jamie Barr. Now Ken with the disc once again. Very solid handling today, and he's really been impressive. And that's just unfortunate. Just out of the reach of Ken there. Tiredness once again sets again. And, a lack of hammers on the Bears side as well, incidentally. Sticking to the casual backhand, and Tobias nodding his head there in approval. He seems to be very happy about that. Haven't turned over on the backhand. That is an absolutely great point. And what can Bears do here with the flood? UBU just squeezed that into the corner there, and that takes them up to 4-2. Very, very hard going now, this match. The Bears have to pick up their heads here.
That was a tight goal, that was.
That absolutely was a tight goal, and Bears need to get a bit more optimism in their play, because they have the ability, certainly, to do something, to do some damage. Ken will grab that very comfortably, and he's always very happy moving the disc. It's exactly the kind of player that you need running the show in your team. Again, not happy with the punch going on there, so he reaches back on to Smith, and Jason up to Aaron Lim on the side, and Aaron Lim goes to the forehand, just out of reach of Ken.
Sorry, we were trying to say something on the pitch.
Unlucky there from Bears, but very, very good play. Quick interchange between the handlers. And if they're going to come out into this game, that's exactly what they're going to need.
Hands up!
Player, that's gone up high and long, just too far on, once again, these very short end zones.
Take your time, let them set it up.
Frigate on the sideline telling the Bears just to take their time a little bit, just to calm the offense down. They do have time to get back into this game if they get a point. And, that's nice work from Dan Rickers. Well, unfortunately, it just goes down.
Yeah, with the upper line one, you can't be timid on that line throw. Even though it's only got a short distance, you've got to give it energy.
Nearly another point for UBU, but absolutely great point there from Frigate. Up the line has to be quick and incisive and early. Otherwise it'll be very predictable, and that's good work. And, so that's gone up to Michael Smith, and can he grab it? Can anyone grab it? Not quite. Ken got a hand on it, but unable to bring it down under pressure from those quite tall UBU players actually. We've got
3 UBU players down there. Someone else on the pitch was definitely 3. And that's
certainly. This is an absolutely good point. As Frigate says, a bit more calmness needed.
Left hand low! Left hand low!
Left hand low, screams Frigate.
Left hand!
And that's exactly why, because that's gone up the sideline into the end zone, and potentially could have been prevented there, but unfortunately for Bears. Excellent play here from both sides, and UBU looking like a very strong third team.
Hamza, what do you think of the game?
Hamza, we're pulling Hamza again once again, but he needs a break. We've already spoken to him once today, so we won't force him into that. He needs to recover his energy, because this is really hard going.
Now patience.
And that's gone up. And that's a great take from Michael Shearson. Still a bit of discussion here. Was that actually a goal? And oh, he's placed it down.
It was out.
It was actually out.
You can see it's just, unfortunately,
just too deep. And this is calm work from UBU now. I think the lead has given them some confidence, and they can play upfield very easily. And
the problem is now they're chasing the game. They kind of have to do more risky stuff.
Absolutely. And I believe that's now a 3-goal lead for UBU, and that's unfortunate, because that will mean that Bears will have to play very quickly in order to get back into this. Evan, what's gone right for UBU in this game? What score? I believe UBU are 3 ahead as it stands. What have they done that the Bears?
The Bears are throwing a lot of very high floating passes, which is good if you've got receivers in a lot of space.
Yeah.
Not when they're being very tightly man-marked.
And as another goal goes in there, that's a 4-goal lead now for UBU. Wow. And they're running away with it.
It's been you have this confidence.
Back to the last point that Evan just made. Certainly pertinent, as we're looking at, once again, a fairly short line here from the Bears. They can't afford to do those long floaty discs when they don't have the Joe van der Beels in their team, but Nevertheless, that is a fantastic comeback. Ken and Aaron Lim absolutely transitioned the play very nicely there for Michael Citizen to finish, and that does remain a loss for Bears, but nevertheless a great way to finish, and that's encouraging signs from our third team. Let's see if we can grab an interview with one of the Bears' 3 players just to see what they think. Well done, Michael. What do you think of that game? How did that go for you?
Hard work.
Very great finish from you.
It was an acrobatic end to an acrobatic day.
Absolutely. Is that your final game of the day then today?
I'm not sure. Crossovers might be happening.
Okay.
I'll check the schedule. But
Happy with how it's gone?
it's been really good. We've developed a lot as a team, improved a long way. It's been really enjoyable.
Brilliant. I'll let you get to the calls. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Guys, next team just warming up here. Very hard fought game there from Bears, and some good stuff despite the result. Trevor, any parting words just as we...
We're gonna win!
Just as we go. Thank you for that, Trevor. What made the difference? Seconds are coming on now.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna win.
We'll be back shortly. You may even get to see us play in some of the other videos. See you soon.